How's it going, guys? It's me, Brennan Butchers, and I'm bringing you another video full of awesome proportions. And for this video, I'm going to be not really talking much about, games or anything as how I usually do. This is more of a educational type of video that's actually a, kind of relating to, like, the current things that we are going through in our economy of school, intuition, and technology. Because as none of you may know, and if you do know, I actually live in Baltimore County, and every morning now, because I go to Chesapeake High School, Chesapeake, which is a high school I go to now. Every morning at my school, they always bring up a video about talking about how to succeed, how to bring in your type of intuition, all the technology that we have nowadays. I can understand they're trying to make us, trying to give us an image for us to succeed, and I got to thinking that I can kind of agree with some of the people the people I'm around, like the teachers I'm with, that it does make sense that a lot of people can't really understand. Like, kids nowadays just can't really understand. Like, more of the kids are more into themselves, I guess, because I can't really say anything about trashy individuals, because I can't really say anything bad about them. But some people cannot try to understand, especially younger children that are like around 6 years old, because they can't really understand too much about like what kids in high school could really go through. And I can understand that years back in our economy, in our economy in America, we didn't really have much of the stuff we have nowadays. We did not have tablets or any of this cool stuff like Inspire stuff. And I don't know if you guys know about Promethean boards and all that, because I don't know if you guys have availability to use that stuff. But nowadays, we're starting to now step into the age, because we're about to step into the age of, basically, what I'm trying to say is that we're basically now stepping into the age of real technology, basically the future of our lives. And just the other day, yesterday, is that I was watching a video in Art, which is a video that's trying to explain about the technology that we have nowadays, and how years back we wouldn't have had the jobs that we have available right now about interactive media and other personalization things that use these type of different technologies, such as Promethean boards, tablets, and all that to use it to design multiple things. Because as you know, yes, this is game related, is that years ago, I know I didn't want to really talk much about games, but I have to bring this in because it actually kind of really more brings into the thing of futuristic things that we're going through right now in our current years of us stepping into the future. Is that years ago, of course, games were primitive when they first started. They were only a game of, I think, 6 kilobytes, I think. So they weren't really a big thing. So to think of it, you want to wonder is that how games have really come so far in a technological stand. From going from a 2D pixel to a entire 3D model. And that's all done mainly through the technology that we have, basically systems that we use. And that's a transition. Like a great transition is Grand Theft Auto. When the game first came out, it was a overhead, semi-three-dimensional game. And it was mostly pixelated, and that's all really was, just pixelated overview. Basically mapping that they were using. It was primitive. Until the year, when we stepped into the year 2000, Rockstar North, I don't remember the original name, I think DMB Games, I think was their names. When they stepped into the three-dimensional aspect, it was a new innovation, basically stepping between original technology, old, like, primitive ways of making a game into a new way. And all the technology we have nowadays, like all the computers that are now popping up all over the place, these advanced systems that are popping up into our economy are now, our type of, in a technological standpoint, these things are actually making things in a much more creative way. So, basically, jobs back then, like, the gaming industry wasn't big, but nowadays, it's huge. It is phenomenal. And now with the help of all this technology that's now coming into the future, it's making it bigger by any type of ratio. And that's all I'm going to really say about games and all, but basically people that have grown up in the 80s wouldn't have had this stuff to really create like a Nintendo game, because it didn't have that much of, high quality goods, because back then it was kind of primitive. But to get into creating this stuff, they do need people to create this stuff needs a high intuition rate. And yes, it's relating to some of the videos that we view in the morning at my school, is that they always try to put forward saying the people that have not graduated from college are big successors, like Steve Jobs. He's the creator of Apple, of course. He never graduated from college. He dropped out, but he made the most popular and most stable thing in existence right now, which is the Apple products. And it takes a high, a really good, a good ratio of how to be smart to make that. And especially for a college dropout like himself. And that really does change how people can think outside of the box. And this morning, when we were watching videos of a young African-American man that sounded English, I guess, like a normal American, he's English. Yeah, like English. Basically saying that all intuition really should go forward to a better education, mainly. Meaning that if you are not proud about what you choose to do, it can make a difference in your life. So, mainly saying is that if you can learn if you can learn the proper things, you can make something different. You can be a part of the people that are now making these extremely expensive devices that can really change things. And these things are used for jobs that never existed years ago in the 80s or 70s or 60s. Further back than that, they never existed. So, if you were to try to think for a second of how people would think differently now, you would not have had the jobs you would have had during like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, all the way back then. Because we've changed. We have become much more innovative individuals. And with this, is that with this, we can change things in a different aspect. Basically now, of course, back to gaming, is that gaming has become a major thing, like a big pop cultural thing. That's why they're opening certain colleges and certain classes to help people create these things. And it does make a difference. Not just that, there are other things besides, the gaming industry. The medical industries and all, that can actually create new things that can actually change a person's life and help them. That can change it because of the technology we have nowadays. With that, we, as individuals, can, make a difference because of the things that we have created through our innovations. You don't really need to be a smart person. I mean, yes, it's best to be extremely well educated in order to build something amazing. But you don't always need something to make... You don't really need to be so well educated. I mean, Steve Jobs wasn't well educated, and he created something amazing. I mean, yeah, it's great to have a good education to make something amazing, but you can go without a great education. I'm not trying to stop anybody from going to college. I'm just saying. I'm going to college when I graduate from high school because I want to try to be a part of the gaming industry and all, because I think I'm pretty, creative. And with this, it can make a difference in a person's personal life. So, what I'm trying to really reach through this video is saying that through college, like a really good education and all, you can make the world different from any aspect. Like, wait, you can get this type of job you really want to get. Something you could have never gotten or achieved years ago from creating something that could be virtual or something that can really save a person's life. A good education can make a difference in your life and maybe for another person's. Even if it's just, fueling a fat geek to sit on his ass all day and play a game, like myself, it's different. It can change the world. Of course, that's kind of a rude thing to say, but I'm just saying. But if you have a good education, you can make something that can save a person's life. Yeah, game ain't really something to save a person's life. It's going to probably just ruin their life, like me. And, change how a person thinks outside of the box. Makes a person's life different. Makes society different. Makes everything more innovative. So remember, what I'm trying to really say is, like, all kids out there that are probably going to go to college someday or soon, maybe this year, try your best to get a good education, because you can make a difference from any type of way you can try to make it. A good education can lead to the future. Do not give up on your hopes and dreams. As I said, yes, Steve Jobs wasn't really a well-educated man. Well, he was educated, but he dropped out of college. And he made a difference in the world. Even if it is just to listen to music. He made a difference in the world. So remember, a good education can lead to a good thing in your future. It can change your life, and it can change other people's lives. So don't give up on your hopes and dreams, and make sure to make a difference in your life by getting a good education at college. So kids, remember that.